I am doing well. I'm excited for this home game. I think, this is. I've seen people think West Brom's very good, and I've seen people put them down towards the end. So there's obviously a mixed reaction here. All the streams I've seen of West Brom fans, they seem pretty cool. They're not overestimating. They like their team, but they don't think they're world beaters. So yeah, I think this is going to be an interesting one. I don't know what to expect out of them, but I can tell you I'm excited about our lineup, and I'm sure you'll get to that.
Let's be honest, even though they lost to Derby County in the EFL Cup, they've come out like gangbusters, and so they've looked maybe better than I expected at the start of the year. They lost their best player to Syria, and it has to be Norwegian names. I can't pronounce Norwegian names. Torbjorn Hedgem left off, so they went out and got Birmingham City's captain just 3 days ago, and so Christian Bielik is now going to take over for Torbjorn. That's a step down, as good as Bielik is, but it's they do have a gap there. So I'm fascinated by this one, just because I think this at home is one that you are, if you're an optimist, you're thinking this is in our wheelhouse to win. And so with that, do we jump into the lineups, as I have to pop out things here? And I can't go in this morning. It's too early for these things, man. No sound.
Yeah, there was a problem at the beginning.
But you got me halfway through.
Yeah.
Then we're good. And we're just going to keep on going. Hi, Deandra and John and Mr. Foster. Not with me here, personally, but here in spirit. I've got to get this thing going on my TV as well. Why don't we bring up the rosters, and we can talk about the lineup? Because when I looked at it, I went, that's that sympathy. You got to give them a shot, I guess. I don't think this is close to our best lineup. I think this is Parky trying to see if some of these guys can hang. But let's talk about it. Okay, you got it up on the screen there?
I do.
Danny Ward in goal. I don't object to that. I think at the moment it's a 1A, 1B situation. I still think by the end of the season, Ogonko is going to get that job back. But Danny played exceptionally well. And the last one looked 77.8% save percentage. When he faced 9 shots, you take that. You take that. We'll get to that question tonight. Frequency. Why is Broadhead benched? Backline, Cluworth, Cody, Brunt. That's what we've got. That's the best that we've got. So you put them out there. Hopefully the younger guys have a better performance than they did in the Southampton match, but we'll see how that one all transpires. Brendan and I are going to argue about Barney and Longman and who's appropriate. Barney had a better day, certainly, against Hull City. Also disappointed because that's where Longman's, that's home for him, right? but or not home, but where he came from. Anyways, I would have expected a better output, I suppose. And why am I muted here? Odd. I just think Barney did have a better game. I'll give him that, but I think that that Longman's just the better player overall. The midfield, I'm sorry, and I'm gonna get in trouble with this potentially with a lot of people, but I just don't think Dobson's at the level.
But what's their option right now?
As far as injuries go, Thomason, I guess, is hurt. Yeah, I guess you got to go through. So we got to go get ourselves a midfielder already.
Yeah, so you're already complaining, and they can't do anything about it.
It's
the best defender that they have, right? Like, for that far back, box to box guy.
And I don't know, because just so that everybody's aware, I had to do like 4 applications in a week, which is mind numbing. I've never been as busy as I was last week, so I haven't checked a lot of the scuttle. What's up with Kikache? Did he hurt himself in training and trip over a sprinkler?
Yeah, he's hurt too. Yeah. Dobson's hurt. He's hurt. Rathbone's hurt.
Kikache has a knock. He was 50-50 to play. Palmer doesn't make the bench. That's a sign. And so I guess, and Broadhead, that's the question that goes back. M says, this is home for her. Grew up less than 20 miles from West Brom, and my biggest mate back home is 100% a Baggies fan. I love when you have these names and they don't even know why they were called the Baggies. I look them up. Right? And they're like, because they wore baggy trousers, because they were poor, and they wore baggy clothes, and people made fun of them. We're not really sure.
Because they passed around a bag and collected money for the game.
And then I had to look up, like, why West Brom Albion. Albion, I didn't know, was an old term for the UK, which means white in Latin, and it is assumed to mean the White Dover Cliffs. The other thing I didn't know, and then I had to look up some comparatives, and I don't have them for you outside of British Columbia, is this is the tallest, the highest, as far as elevation. Location for a game in the UK, and it's like 162 meters or something like that. That's like, for those of you in Canada, that's like Merritt, BC, which is in a valley up near the desert. Like, yes, you have to go up the Coquihalla, I suppose, but it's not that steep. But so we're already beat up with injuries, and my God, I should be able to hear this thing. It's somewhat concerning that I can't. Oh, I know why. Because if you're going to put it through there, it won't let you put it through here.
Swade, they got you for capital, all caps. I know it's foolish, but our bot put you in a timeout for the Wrexham.
So you're going to have to just cover for me for a second. Oh, yeah, did you want to bring up the stats? Because I mean the season stats might be useless, but the referee stats I find very intriguing.
Sure, I will. Referee stats are up.
Hold on. I'm too loud. I got to really wake up earlier. I say that's as good as I can do, but then I log in here and I'm scrambled.
Okay. I can throw my 2 cents in about the lineup. My thinking is Windus Moore was a very good pairing. They don't want to get rid of that. They realize they need Windus out there, and they're
so put Windass back. Put Windass back and bring Matty James up, and put Windass back. Sorry, put Matty James back in his regular position. Then you have O'Brien and Windass, and then you've got more.
You're talking about a 3-4-2-1.
But I'm not run the same formation, but just have Windass move back into the midfield.
It's too far back. It's too far back.
No, it's not in Elliot Lee's position. It's not. He's comfortable on his left foot. He gets his opportunity to soak and leak around.
He wants to be on the right. He wants to be on the right side.
Well, don't care. Put him in Cannon's end. It doesn't matter to me. That's a far better option. But I take your point. I think
that's what they want to switch to. They want to be able to switch the lineup around and run more with Windass and the new signing up front, and then go to 4 in the middle. O'Brien and James with the wing backs, and then the 3 in the back. I think that's what they want to switch to. But since they got him Thursday, they didn't have time to practice enough.
So they just decided to leave it. I don't know. I think you could have just thrown him in there, but that's me. We'll see. We'll get to see Broadhead at some point in time, and so and the fact is
he'll be in today.
I can't remember too many games. But my general feel of it is Parky tends to not put out the new toys immediately. So we'll see how that goes. You got those. We're only 5 minutes away from kickoff. This is the joy of sleeping in that 15 minutes. As Just Call Me Dave says, it's so early on the West Coast. By the way, subscribe, like downstairs. Algorithm needs to know we're out here. You guys know the routine. Bump that as hard as you can, as many times as you can. You can only do it once. But I'd much appreciate it to get the call out. Do you have the referee stats up?
Yeah, they're up.
You are going to love this one. If there is going to be a fan, and now watch, it's all going to go to hell in a handbasket. But if you could make a Brendan referee, this is the guy. 27 games put him second overall in the championship last year. Oodles of experience. We saw him in 2023, but he's been living in the championship for an extended period. But just go through. So let's put this into perspective. They had 48 referees last season. Of those 48 referees, there were roughly about 29, 30 that had only 1 or 2 games. So there was like 27 regulars. You look through his stats, fouls, 41st out of 48, and everybody below him were those 1 and 2 gamers. He doesn't call a lot of fouls. Yellow cards, 3 as a season average. That's 42nd overall compared to everybody else. That's lower than anybody else who did more than 1 and 2 games. Red cards, 0.07. That's tied for 22nd. That seems high, but everybody below him, except for 2 guys, had less than, or had 1 or 2 games. And then the penalties, 28th. And again, the same situation. This guy doesn't call the fouls. He doesn't call the yellow or red, which means that we're going to end up seeing 3 red cards today. Brendan, thoughts?
You're working your jinx powers as usual.
Yes.
The number of times that you call out something obscure like this and it comes true seems to be near 50%. So, I'm quite concerned now. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that your score prediction is more positive, I guess.
Score prediction, I said 2-1 again. I got to pick a new score, but that's what it feels like. I really debated on this one because I thought this could definitely be a 1-1 affair. But because we're at home, I'm hoping that Ollie Palmer's magic and the demonstration he gave has fired up the people who are in the lineup. Do you think he deserved a spot to draw in there into the roster lineup because he played so well on Tuesday, or is this, best 11 and he's still not on it?
No, I don't. Even when he's played his best, he's only been really good for 25 minutes. He doesn't have the wheels to run around out there and consistently get open and consistently fight for the ball. I would agree that, bringing him in later in games could work because he won't be gassed and you can only use it like in a Fletcher-esque role for a target man, but not for an extended period of time. He just doesn't work hard enough out there, can't work hard enough out there. So no.
John Lane says, what you're describing, premonitions based on odd nuances, is one of the reasons I love the watch along. and what about my 50-50 capacity, which is probably bang on average. Well, it is bang on average, but it's probably correct. I haven't written them all down to keep track. 2-1 Racecourse Magic, says John Olson. 2-0 today. I'm hoping my chat's loading because it keeps getting stalled here. Early morning Gremlins, and we'll figure all this out as Joey Jones just blasting through the stadium as people are singing loud and proud. The tributes continue. Other games, we're still about 3 weeks away. September 7th, that's the first women's match, and so we'll be there for that one. We've got an extra game coming up now because of the draw with Preston North End. That was interesting. If you followed their Twitter, there are some teams like Hull City, West Brom. We're in the league. They're like, hey, yeah, cool. That's awesome. Good job. Like, we can't wait to beat you. But they're decent about it. And then you get people like Preston North End, which I didn't expect, who just went completely snaky. There's some fire in their belly about who Wrexham is. Friendly reminder from Deandra, no spoilers, feeling to win. You know what? It's the second game of the season, but it's also an important one. It's our first home game. We don't want to end up with 0 points after 2 games, staring up because now you're behind. And so it matters. And we are underway.
They have that new section filled out, the old player section.
Oh, they do so.
Yeah.
Fun little place to nestle yourself into for this one. The baggy's going from right to left towards the tech end. Wrexham going towards the demolished cop, left to right on your computer screen.
No idea what the payroll's up to, Snowboard. They don't tell us what the yearly wages are. They just tell us what the pay is to get them on our team, right?
It's very, dare I say it, and I don't want to make it political, but I wouldn't have thought the UK to be more right-wing than the US. But as far as an example, following what kids know or what the kids are doing in the reserves, there's a lot more of this, their kids will let them be kids, where, I mean, Friday Night Lights in the US and junior hockey in Canada has 5,000 people who show up to it. It's a different thing. And it's the same with contracts. Oh, you collective bargaining. We're going to release all the information, the years, the signing bonuses, the salary, it all gets put out there. Where in the UK, whenever I raise, like, how come we never know this crap? And they're like, why do you deserve to know what a man's salary is? And I take the point, but it's just interesting because it's not what we deal with over here. Barney with it, right side, drops it back, a little bit of added possession. If you were curious, how did we do with possession last statistically after one game? We're worst in the league, 24th. But what's interesting is we're like 5th in expected goals. And there is no metric and measurement for that because we didn't do well with long balls. We're near the bottom. We did okay, I guess, with crosses. Shot opportunity. Sorry, I shouldn't have said shot, but a long ball over the top looking for Windus. Missed everybody. It's going to go harmlessly for a goal kick on that one. There's not a statistic that we can point at that says, hey, that's who we are and this is what we're doing. It's certainly not hoofball all the way through. And West Brom plays a lot more hoofball than we do, at least as far as the first game that they had against Blackburn. But we had the XG. We had opportunities, and that's what you recall from the game is opportunities abounded for everybody. As O'Brien lost control. The man who's not supposed to lose the ball in the midfield just got it walked off the back of him. And I just realized that my audio through my phone is way behind where the game is. Cross back, pass, header. No, just missed it harmlessly. I just need 3 seconds more to be able to match my audio as I was suddenly realized what I'm watching is not what I'm seeing. West Brom continued. Well done by James McLean. Stick a foot in there. Nick it. Is he able to hold on to it? He is. Too much cuddling up to James McLean, and there's a foul.
He stole one last week, too.
Somebody did point out that he came in for the sub, and then the 2 goals happened right after. So he was the voodoo. And I thought, yeah, but I don't think you can really hang any of those on him. But factually, it's true, I suppose. What is going on with my screen? I really need to. These early morning starts are a kicker because I just feel so out of sorts. If Kim's with us, she's going to be panicked. 62% possession to start already. Long ball, looking for more. Tries to flick it on to Windass. Can't get there. Smashed backwards through the midfield. As it goes, a decent start. I think both sides would be happy. They've had opportunities to kind of sniff around a little bit, and we're all just settling in. How nice is it to see the Doors back in? You saw that ankle injury and the bend on it, and I thought, crap. George, and that's the biggest reason why he's in the lineup, is my opinion. If Ogonkwo was better with his communication and with his distribution, I don't see how he's out of the lineup. And I really want to take advantage of the fact that Bielik's not in the lineup in their back line. Because they will be on a go forward. Brunt, long ball down the midfield, can't get to it. Dobson, he grabs it, sends it back. Cleworth now. Deandra, the 3 o'clock rule is the dumbest rule in professional sport. The blackout thing. You have this amazing product that people are starving for, and you keep it from them because you're concerned that people are going to want to stay at home and not go to the stadium. I don't know a single solitary fan who's so part-time that they're like, I don't want to go pay the 20 quid to go to the barn. If your product is that shite, if football is, you're basically admitting that football is crap. That you've got to ban it so that people will go and see it. Have a little confidence in what you've got. It builds the rivalries. I want to know why I hate these guys. So let me see them over and over and over again. One of the nice things, I guess, about DAZN having a DAZN subscription this year, and you guys probably in the US are used to this down in the US with Paramount Plus, is you get the extra games. I put them on when I'm working and prepping and let them just play in the background so that I can get to know the teams around us. That adds excitement. But the 3 p.m. rule is the dumbest rule. I hate it. And if you don't know what she's talking about, in the UK, all football, doesn't matter whether it's the Saudi leagues or the New Zealand league, if it's played at 3 p.m., it's not on TV anywhere. Kiefer Moore holding up. Takes a forearm shiver and just keeps on marching, draws it over to McLean. Good work from him. McLean looking for Windass all by himself. He's going to have to turn and hold possession. Gets it over to Barney, 18 yards out. Here's a cross. Blocked. We don't see Barney get his crosses blocked too frequently. Down the line again. He sneaks that one through. Knocks Moore. Can't get to it. Turned around. Well, there's a lot to get around with the VPN, but the easiest way that they do it, Pat, over there is their dodgy Fire Sticks. Everybody's got one. They pay like a 50 quid setup fee and a small little amount a month. Like it's like 5 to 15 quid, and you get every channel. And so that's what that everybody sets it up and watches it anyway. For 20 people, not gonna go. Yeah, that's it's confusing. To be fair, I didn't know what to expect from West Brom, except statistically they looked absolutely delicious. Like you look at the Derby County game, they had one shot, it went in, and they lost in pens. It was like 20 shots to 6 on target, 20 shots to 6 overall. It was like 6-1 on target, and the score finishes 1-1. Blackburn, they just worked the hell out of them. Now Blackburn's not the same team without Sammy, but. That was a horrible. Was that a shot or was that a pass? What was he trying to do? Because that was so bad. I don't know what that was. God, I want to be in Wrexham again. I'm sitting there looking around the tech end and just. Mickey Thomas hits the screen. Oh, I didn't know he played for West Brom. The announcer just saying. I'm curious, and this is a question for those in the chat, and one for Brendan as Barney goes down. That's all we need. Is for Brendan to have an answer to this question, hopefully sooner rather than later. But what was your biggest surprise going to the race course? For me, it was how much cigarette smoke wafted through the turnstiles and up into the tech end after halftime, because we don't have those in and out privileges up here in Canada anyway. I assume it's the same down in the US. And so there were a lot of people smoking behind the tech end. Throw them in the chat there as we're back underway as Barney got stepped on the top of his foot, but outside of some immediate pain, he seems all right. And we're back underway as that was assertive. Moore's been getting bullied, and he's going to have to get used to it for this one, because although the foul was called there, not a lot typically called by this official. Phillips. Oh, Campbell. Campbell on the left end. Okay, so they're going to have to update their graphic. Now that the Wizard of Oz has been shown by Dave, everybody knows what I'm looking at on the screen so that I can know who the players are, but it still takes me some time. And I hate, if you've seen the Sheffield United jerseys, I hate Sheffield United, but their kits, their red kit is gorgeous because it has these same stripes all over the back, but the back is solid. And so you can see the numbers here, looking at red numbers on blue and white stripes. Maybe it's just early morning. Who knows? I feel more agitated than normal. Excited about West Brom because when Foster was signed, people were impressed because he played for big clubs like West Brom and Watford, and now we're playing those big clubs. Exactly it.
Stewart's blaming McLean for the goal. There's some confusion. Longman let in the goal that we lost Southampton. If he's talking Hull, we didn't lose the game, and the first cross was from McLean. So he at least evened out the fact that he let the guy slip in behind him for the other goal. So
arguably somebody should have got the back post, but it would have had to have been rather astute there on the breakdown on that long.
Really, there was only one other guy running. The fact that McLean's guy passed to a wide open guy coming from the other side is equally as bad as him beating McLean.
Oh, so I'm with you. I just think back post somebody could have been there. I know that you will defend McLean to high hell as
well, how perfect was his cross that started
blocked out. Or sorry, Windass blocked out. Barney, good ball, far post. Just missed on the left-hand side as McLean with the diver there. Couldn't get the angle. Did the flag go up anyway? Really? I'd watch that on the replay here. Yeah. He just very rarely do you see McLean not retreat far enough back because he's worked so hard.
Yeah, he's good about that, isn't he? He rarely gets called.
Yeah, rarely gets called for that. Well, that's an effort get back, right? He just got a little bit lazy. Didn't retreat the entire way. I didn't think that it was offside because he was so delayed that all the defenders were on the other side of him. But when it's from point of contact, it's clearly offside, and we march on. And I'm going to have to apologize. I keep having to reload. Did anyone watch the Necaxa thing? I didn't. I don't know why. I've got my club now. Don't need anything else. See, he just said Grant's wearing number 10. Okay. So not only do they have different numbers, or numbers you can't see, the numbers that they have are not the numbers that are reported. Furlong, right-hand side. Draws it all the way back. That's got to be Phillips, and he's going to Campbell. Bugger. We'll figure out who all these people are eventually. We're down from 60% possession down to 50. By the way, West Brom was only at 44% possession, but they had all of the shots in their last 2 games. Did you watch the Derby County game at all, Brendan, with West Brom leading up to this one?
No, I did not.
No. That was a smash and grab if there's ever been a smash and grab. Derby just looked outclassed, like entirely outclassed.
You think that's what you call a smash and grab?
When you end up stealing one when you're outclassed and you end up
Derby win it? I thought
Derby won it on pens. They scored late, tied
okay.
up, went to pens and took it.
Oh, I thought for whatever. Oh, because it was. I forgot you're talking about. I was thinking West Brom won their first game of the year.
Yeah,
I wasn't thinking about Carabao Cup. So my bad.
Yeah, the Blackburn one they dominated throughout and took the points, and then then they dominated Derby County throughout and ended up losing because of the pens. Campbell, Styles. Furlong, right-hand side. Possession and control, but the press is up as it's all the way back to Griffiths, and he's just going to push it through the middle here. And here comes West Brom. Long over to the right-hand side. On the run is West Brom through the middle of the pitch, taking on Brunt into the box, knocked down by Cody. Well done defensively. And the patience and to wait that one out as he gets it to Cleworth, and he's going to, what are we doing? Danny Ward says, I'll just get rid of the damn thing. It's probably the appropriate decision as Moore into a battle again. Oh, not going to give that one. Forearm shiver, but Moore went down a little easy on that one. Oh, was it?
Windass.
That was Windass. The 10 and 19, I can't differentiate this morning. Couldn't get it to Moore.
Yeah, Moore's hair is very dark. He's considerably bigger than everyone else.
Everybody else, yeah. I'm having a day, and my chat's not loading.
It sounds like your computer hasn't woken up yet.
I haven't woken up yet. This is just a struggle. Grant overthrew, put through into the area, knocked down, skied over the top. Dangerous opportunity is the volley attempt, not served up rather deliciously, just 3 inches off the ground, struck with the left foot and fired. Grant on Cleworth. Cleworth didn't have the answer through his legs, and it just one little flick on pass forward. Yikes. Deandre, I relate to the computer. Mowat. Right-hand side. Cody steps up on a loose ball, knocks it through. Kiefer Moore over to Barney. 2-man pressing, so he's just going to draw it back, settle everybody, stretch out the defenders, look for an opportunity. John, I'm starting to feel the same way, which makes me nervous. Cleworth with it, searching. And it's one of those things that just may take a little bit of time for the pace and everything to him to settle in. Windass with it. Moore got it to him. Still looking. Windass draws it over. Barney's got some space. 18 yards looking for a cross. It's up. Moore can't get there. McLean header to head, and it's over for a corner. McLean got to it, but his header hit the head of the Baggies defender. But Barney had all day. Do you think he could have got O'Brien's short post there? I don't know if O'Brien would have been able to make a play on that if it I wish I got that notification when we were going live. Right-footed in-swinger. Matty James is over there. The last one was a short corner. This one too close to the goal, but easily headed away. Knocked down Windus with control. Searching. He's got O'Brien. Clears the way for him. Going to be drawn back. Barney serves it up far side. Headed away. Can a body get over there? It's going to have to be Brunt chasing it down, and he deflects it, keeps it in. West Brom gains possession. Come on, lads. 20 minutes, 19 minutes in. 19 minutes and 5 seconds, by the way. Coming up to 19:10 for anyone who's tracking with the score.
That was some good pressure there.
Yeah, and it's sort of outside of the first, I'd say 8 minutes where we had maybe the advantage. It's sort of been like this, right? Slow to build up. The teams are. They find their way to build up, and once they crack the midfield, they've had their couple of punches, and then it goes the other way. So West Brom taking their turn as Campbell draws it back to Griffiths. Grant draws it over. Nobody in the midfield there until O'Brien gets back, but not enough time. And they've reached the midfield through Furlong on the right-hand side. Dangerous. Oh, fuck. 1-0. That was just too easy. Like, they crack the midfield too easy. Dobson doesn't get over. It's no pressure. They walk it over to the right-hand side. Advance the thing all the way up forward. Nobody, like all the time and space in the 18-yard box. And just touched and booted into the back of the net, and we're all standing there holding our crotch. Like, this is... McLean, cut back pass, not able to, and just right in the middle of the 10 yards out, right in the middle of the box.
How does nobody mark him and let him just run to that spot?
I don't get it. Mellows, Price, back of the net. Just horrible defending. And that's... huh. Maybe they're just so good at the championship level as far as defending, because you talk about the guy on the right side who didn't get picked up, and we argued about that, and maybe somebody should have had him. Maybe they're just so good at the championship that there's moments where they go invisible. I mean, I recognize that there are players who have an uncanny knack to be able to find open space and soft spaces, whether that be football, hockey, gridiron football, that they can find holes in the zone and find holes in the coverage. But, ugh.
So I don't understand the defense sagging that far back.
You're learning as much as I am here, Brendan, but I sit there and watch that one, and our entire back line is sitting 5 yards away from the goal line, and you have two West Brom attackers sitting 9-10 yards out.
Yeah. I've never seen that. Like, what do you... You're so close to the end line and there's no threat there. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, Ward had no chance as DeAndre. No, it was like, if he would have had McLean opportunity, gets it in, headed down, coming all the way out to Cleworth, who right foots that and lifts it up into the construction debris behind the cop. Boys, I get covering the space, but we got to get tighter to the man. That wasn't even covering the space, though. Part of it, you know what? The replay just went, and there was a deflection off of McLean on the cross. So, but I still don't think that the defenders could have read that. But
there's only two guys that could hit the ball.
You've got to appreciate the threat in the box.
We weren't covering either one of the two guys that could hit it.
No, no, we were not.
Pick one.
Dobson, long ball. Barney able to keep it in. Cleworth able to collect it, draws it back, and Cody's takes it. Brunt up to Matty James, looking for options. McLean's the option on the left-hand side. Left footer looking for something too heavy. Does it go to Barney? It does after a deflection. And Barney now 18 yards out, right on the edge of the area. He's stepping over. He's got Cleworth behind him, and he gives it to him. Cleworth, Dobson, Cleworth. Winda's coming over for support. Barney picks it up. He's searching. Cross is over. Far post. Looking for something. And instead, West Brom has like 5 people within 2 yards of us in a similar situation. I was just.
Andrew, you're not allowed to say you're liking Barney. Oh, that's a foul. You have too many guys back. Someone's got to push forward. Come on.
I like the punch back. Get into it. Could we Southampton West Brom give up the early goal and then find a way as Barney just got stripped of the ball and got knocked out? Cleworth, well done there to strip that one off of Grant, and then he gets tackled. The ball goes out of play, but that's one of those steal a possession type battles that you got to put a tick next to Cleworth's name, and I've been hard on him, so I'll appreciate that work. Kiefer Moore can't get it to Barney. It's thumped down the pitch, and it's going to be Brunt, Cody, and ultimately Danny Ward who are going to set things up again.
So you're one of the McLean haters. Would you blame him for that goal because the pass got through his legs?
No, he's got to defend. He tried to get his foot on the ball. He was that close. If that was unfortunate and arguably a good play by West Brom, that's not McLean's fault. And I'm not a McLean hater. I love McLean, but I just, when you've got Kakache on the left, you're kind of hoping that that's what you're going to run with, right? I just think we have a better option. Dobson nutmegged his defender, but into a space on the pitch where no one was there, and possession is lost. Although, to be fair, up against the sideline, I don't know what Dobson could have done other than that. And here comes McLean to try and take that one from Furlong all the way back. Kiefer Moore in a battle. Ooh, dangerous. Phillips grabs it and clears it forward. Fellows has been everything. He with the assist on the first one, busting down the line.
Wow.
Yellow card. All of my stuff about this guy doesn't give out yellow cards, and that's a pretty soft one.
He's holding his hand a little long. Yeah, grabbed his arm.
This is the extra tug at the end. Brunt says, that's my first one. Hedgebo into the area. Or Hegeba. I didn't know how to pronounce Norwegian. I said right at the start, I don't know the Norwegian stuff. Hegeba. Moore heads it on, looking for Windass. Yeah. They always say as a defender, don't let the ball bounce. I don't know if he could have done anything there, but Campbell was able to get it and grab it and turn it the other way. Molombe. Windass.
Yeah, he did pull up. I think it's legit.
Hamstring.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
Broadhead. I mean, I'm not going to celebrate an injury. I don't want it at all. And let's see where he pulls up. He goes on a run.
Right here. Yeah, goes. Yeah, reaches back for his left.
That's a hammy. And Moore, you can see Moore go, shit. Did you see his hands? The finger wag, when he goes like this, that says to me that I'm okay. Not that I can't continue. Broadhead standing. Bugger. I'm excited to see Broadhead. This isn't the way I wanted him to enter into the game. Is with Windass leaving. Limping, yeah. Number 33 in your program, number 1 in your heart. Local lad returns. Left at 10 for Everton before he makes his full circle back.
Moore's giving him direction. Okay, we're trying to score a goal here. Guys in the red shirts, pass it to them. Shooting that net.
Well, let's see what happens here. God damn. I didn't realize that, John, the same thing. Like I knew that Moore was supposed to be tall, but you see him against 2 other strikers too, in Windus and Broadhead. And
I don't think Windass is 6 foot though. I mean, so you got 6-inch difference is pretty sizable, right?
Yeah, yeah. Maybe I should say I didn't expect Broadhead to be. I mean, I didn't look up their heights, right? To be as short as he is. Okay, that's enough. That took a solid 30 seconds to get that one in. And West Brom moves it over, and Campbell collects on the left-hand side. The Broadhead era begins. Even more money on the bench. The Rob and Ryan paying for infirmary fees as Broadhead loses the ball on his first touch in a battle with Campbell. O'Brien chases on, trying to put pressure. Moore stepping up, putting pressure on. And that's why you appreciate when the forwards put in the effort, because the ball gets loose and we have an opportunity to gain possession and do. And so that's a key for more takeaway. Like the whole possession plus or minus thing, those are battles that should be a statistic that's tracked. Just the plus or minus battle of who you put fault on for gaining and losing possession, right? Kiefer Moore gets a plus there because it was his effort that ultimately resulted in the turnover. Here you'd give Kluwer a minus because he threw it down the line and lost control of it, right? It'd just be interesting to see that as a stat, I think. Rewards those. It's a stat that I think, wow, that was a weak free kick. I mean, there was a foul, or was there a foul? Tug on the back of the jersey, pretty soft. My premonition's not correct on this one.
What, you said 2-1, right?
No, I was talking about the referee letting things go.
Oh.
And that would be a Dobson plus. His efforts being the result of a giveaway. I think it rewards those that bust their hump. Williamson talking to McElhaney and Reynolds in the background. Styles. Furlong with it, right-hand side. Fellows, he's collected. Fellows on McLean. Knocks it out. That Fellows kid is legit. McLean's going to have to stick the shoulder in a little harder. And if I guess the thing is if we had Kakacha that was out there, that's one that I'd want to see McLean just really bullying the shnikes out of that guy. I probably did jinx the ref, Denise, and I'm sorry for that. corner, left-hand side. Corner on the left-hand side. I want to look up the ages of these two kids and who has them. Taking their time with this one. Fellows all the way over to the other side. There it is. Right footer, far post, headed up. Matty James not able to get there. Well, he's older. We've kind of have to assume that he's not going to be the fleetest of foot, but I mean he's also a bully on the left wing, and he's smart and experienced, right? So you've got the young whippersnapper with all the energy trying to take on the old bulldog. Funny that I said bulldog for an Irishman. Probably not a dog that an animal he'd want to be attributed to, given its connection to England. But in any event, you've got the old dog. And so what's going to be, is it going to be the wit and the fire and the experience? Oh, long ball over top, run is on, and guess who? Well, this is Price. It's Price and Fellows are just abusing us right now. Fellows, 22. Out of their academy, you bastards. Like that's what we want. And Price came over from Belgium. 21 years of age, went to Everton, played for a bit, headed over to Belgium to start his career, and then came over on a 4.5-year deal. Bugger me. They've looked ace, the two of them. Complete different quality, I hate to say it, to what we've seen so far from anyone in red or anybody else that we've seen in the first 2 weeks of this. Brunt with it. Irish Wolfhound is probably more acceptable to Mr. McLean, and I'll use that on a go-forward basis. Thanks, M. Broadhead draws it back. Cleworth over to Cody. Added possession for us, 36 minute. Let's do a thing. Long ball, looking for more. Chests it down. Can't get it to anybody. Fuck. I hate these two. Like every time they have the ball, it's like they're shot out of a damn cannon. The pace is embarrassing.
Oh, geez. Come on.
Matty James with it. Moves it over. Oh, boy.
What, there was nothing tricky about that, O'Brien. What were you doing?
Cleworth, right side. Broadhead, Barney searching. Cleworth sitting there. Broadhead asked for it right in front. Cleworth didn't give it. O'Brien, Dobson. Broadhead searching for a heady. Barney, too far post. Mere. When you think Moore or McLean, you end up with Mere. I was hoping it was going to go to somebody. Ended up missing everybody. 8 minutes until we find out the added time, and
they keep doing the sneaky undercut every time Moore goes up.
Taking out his legs. The baggies with the throw in. We have 2 of the 7 tallest players in the championship. There's an interesting stat from RKO. Moore is 1. Who's the other?
Okonkwo.
Okonkwo, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I was thinking center backs and was going through who's taller, EOC or Scar?
Neither. Palmer.
Yeah, Rather a 50-50 half statistically, down 1-0. The difference being the defensive lapse there and just the pace of Grant. Nice play. Now he's going to put the pace on in a run between Cleworth and Barney, and well done by Cleworth. Got outpaced but was able to get the ball down, and there it is, far post, and Brunt clears it up right up the middle, and O'Brien's not able to grab it. Furlong, right footer, just missed to the left-hand side. Danny Ward's right. Wow. Brent, I like to work on that one. Smash that like button. Deep cleansing breath. I will be putting those on throughout. Cleworth has good top end speed, but he took him a little bit to get up to speed on that one. The broadcaster for the DAZN feed, the Sky broadcast, saying defensively just not connecting at the moment. And we had struggles last year at the start of the season defensively. I think it was last year, not 2 years ago, before they figured it out and went on a run come November, December, and had the answers. So it's the start of the season, perhaps. It just takes a while to get caught up with the young lads, but I'd like to see some results all the same. Cleworth up to Barney. Doesn't like his answers, curls around, button hook, draws it back to Cleworth. Matty James says, I'll take over. He gets it. Long ball, looking forward. Tries to get Broadhead, can't get there. Dobson, give him a plus on the takeaway. Dobson with it. Hard tackle. You got James McLean on the opposite side. Right-footed. Saved. Did you want him taking that off the right, or did you want him searching for somebody else? I was 50-50 on
He has to shoot there. He has to. Hopefully it ping pongs around.
I was like, wrong foot, but take it.
He's one of the better shooters on our team with their weak foot.
I'll take the pressure. Corner anyway. Going far post. Opportunity header. Just over top. Kiefer Moore there. On the back stick. I guess when you got the height, that's what you do. You have them in the middle and you just draw them around on the backside and have Cleworth grab onto some jerseys and hope that frees up enough time. That time Cleworth gave an extra tug to Hegebo and not enough to call to get the foul, and Moore just missed. Parkey with the enthusiasm on the side. Oh. Only 6 because one of them listed was Mo Fall.
Did you see the Australian behind the scenes stuff? The tour behind the scenes?
No, I didn't. More with it. We'll come back. He's going to look to cross, potentially looking for Broadhead down towards the line. It's there. Knocks it down. Give it to me. Scores! You saw that coming. O'Brien left in the open as it's a bounce around ball where Kiefer Moore says, well, I'll serve it up and be the assist man on this one. Gets it across. I don't think he'll get the assist because it went to the plate on the far end. Who pushed it forward to O'Brien, right in the middle. Smashes it, and we're 1-1, and that's deserved. The scoreline probably representative of the first half statistically. Yes, frustrating when we were down 1-0, but now it's 1-1, and that's probably what the score should be.
Wrexham. Did I spoil that, John? Oh.
No, I'm fine.
I didn't know I did that. Sorry.
Oh. It's an untidy finish, but I don't know what you could have done with that. McLean kind of half volley off the ground. I'm trying to figure out what the referee was complaining about. There was something they saying somebody's offside there. That
I think so. At first glance, I thought the McLean knockdown was based on his arm, but it wasn't.
I'm just looking at the. Hold on, I want to see that on the replay. How did that Wrexham player get right in front of the keeper? Because was he onside when it went in? Is
that irrelevant? Can you be offsides, but if you're not in the play, you're okay?
it depends on whether you're in the play. Like if you're you can't do. Remember Shane Avery with when he was playing, standing in front of the goalkeeper with his stick, just waving it right in front of his eyes the whole time, and they had to create the Sean Avery rule because he was being an absolute blacker. It wasn't against rules. So I mean, it's the same sort of rule applies in hockey, right? Like you can't be in a position where you're interfering with somebody else playing the ball when you're in an offside position. Do I know which rule number that is? No. But I want to watch that one back. But who cares? It's 1-1. It's nice to hear the roar back in the race course after it was relatively quiet.
The other thing is it's nice scoring second when you go into the half feeling like you have momentum.
Yeah. I will take it. I have to continually reload my chat. So if I'm missing people's stuff and not responding, I'm sorry. Maybe I could solve that. I could just go here. You watch your potty mouth, Swade. I can't even talk about hockey. My owners suck. And my Canucks will always be mediocre. And now that I'm getting up there, I'm starting to think I'll never see them win a Stanley Cup in my lifetime. And that's just atrocious. O'Brien with it. Just pushed it too far forward. That would be a minus by his name on the plus minus. Holy. O'Brien just got cleared out there. Hey, Jason Smith, you gorgeous soul. 10 sponsorships thrown out randomly. End of the half. Don't let one in now. 3 minutes of added time. Grant scooping far post. Nothing there. Just goes out harmlessly. For those that are interested in potentially getting a sponsorship, you have to end up turning the bloody thing on. And I remembered how to do that before. And now I can't remember to even tell you. I made a whole video about it. Click on the present. Do that. And then you can turn it on with a little toggle there if you didn't. Gail Armstrong, that's a first for me. Sean yelled scores before I saw the play on TV. Hey, I must be ahead somewhere. You just didn't bump yours forward yet. Either way, we'll take it. Way better than the 1 to 2 minute delay. It was throwing Jason off when we were watching the whole City match sitting next to me because he didn't realize how long it took to go out and into the space. He was well ahead. Get one more before the half. Let's be greedy. Long ball to nobody. Well, Barney was over there. Styles was able to grab it first. Campbell collects. Broadhead, his first 10 minutes, 13 minutes, he's been sort of invisible so far. The thing with him is I get the sense he likes to build through the floor. And right now everything's going down the wings. And I say that because he's had a couple times where he's been pointing for a ball to curl into the middle of the pitch and he didn't get it. Instead it goes to the wings. And I just don't think that's his jive.
He's not an aerial guy.
No. Broadhead. Nice little stab over to O'Brien. Advanced forward and couldn't get it to Kiefer Moore.
I did like what I heard when I've heard people discuss him, that he's a finisher, right? He doesn't blow opportunities often. He's more not flashy, but he'll just score. And that's what he did.
And not flashy, they say, but the opportunity to, like, he has moments of brilliance where they say he can create something out of nothing in moments. The first half is, look, that was a 50-50 battle. It's appropriately 1-1. This is what the season's going to be like. We're not walking over everybody. As Mr. Foster, you guys are in a generous mood. As a $20 bonus there for for the channel. Much appreciated. That was my take on it. Are you as enamored by Price and Fellows as I am?
Yeah, they're good.
And it sucks
Not blown away, but yeah.
This is why we want our academy going, right? Is because that's that one free player in the starting 11 who's like 21, 22 years of age, and you either made a whole bucket load of cash off the guy, or he's just going to sit there and keep your club solid. But that was defensively let us down.
I don't think we're going to have I love the fact that we're not looking to sell guys, that we're not looking to turn guys around at this moment. Like, I can see doing that when we're in the Prem, but based on the financials, we'd expect that they're making so much money that they're paying the salaries and the fees, and they don't need, if we only had, 8 mil more, we'd be able to put that into players, right? That's not a problem. We're not going, I'm not buying that guy because that's another 5 mil or 3 mil or something. That's not happening. So I don't care. I like the idea of a young guy that will be there for a long time, and we're getting to see him get better and better. I love that, but I'm not interested in selling guys.
Yeah, I'm not typically interested, but at the same time, you take like the deal with Broadhead, and for the players or for the fans of the team, they were like, well, if it's a 10 million quid, it's hard for us not to end up.
If someone came along and said, we'll give you 100 mil for Cleworth, do you sell Cleworth? Because you think they're going to take the 100 mil? Would they have bought a 100 mil team? Would they have got rid of Cleworth and then upgraded everybody?
100 mil? 100%. I'm selling Cleworth for 100 million quid.
But it's irrelevant if they don't then go and spend the 100 mil.
Oh, well, but they will spend, and they will. Yeah, I get your point that they don't need to, but yes, you're redistributing that into getting 3 players at 33 mil or something along those lines, yeah. or you're doing that. I get that. They don't need to have the cash.
But no one's buying a player for that in the championship. See what I'm saying? Like,
I get it.
So, but that's the point. There's no amount you're selling a guy where it's all of a sudden worth it at the moment, because you're not going to be paying more than 10 million.
No, it would just be one where you thought on the money, okay, you want him for X dollars, and we can use that X dollars to get us 1, 2, or 3 players better than what we're taking in. So we'll make the deal, right? It's just on a straight value basis rather than a need base. And I get that. It's the same reason you buy, what does my wife call it? Mince. I can't even think of. See, this is the joys of living with English lasses. I can't even think of what the hell the term is for the beef, the ground beef. God, that's why you buy mince or ground beef instead of steak, right? It's going to feed you all the same, but if you have the opportunity, I get it. Send in Palmer at the 90th minute to score 2 goals. Don't we wish, Sam? And nice to see you, Sam, as well. Thanks for getting those graphics to us and making sure that the channel looks pretty for another season. Do we want to jump on the stats here?
Sure.
I mean, sort of what you'd expect, right? That's what I saw with my eyes. 52%, 48% possession. Expected goals, they're slightly ahead, 0.74 to 0.44. Shots are identical. We had more shots on target. See, how does XG work? Because you go through it and you're like equal on shots or equal on total shots on total shots. We led on shots on target. We've led on big chances. We had it missed. We're ahead on accurate passes, but we're lower on the XG. And I guess the difference being predominantly in open play, 0.64 to 0.23 for them. I always think that it's touches inside the box that matter. Touches in the opposition box, they have a slight edge, 10-8, and maybe that's the difference in the XG. But I mean, not really anything to take away from that, is there? It's sort of the same message that you get from the entirety of the game. This is a 50-50 match. It's up for anybody to go out and grab it, right?
Yeah.
There's a comment. Let's talk about the spending for the men while the women's side is gutted. I don't think there's been a single signing this year for the women. Has there been?
No. Other than the coach.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, that's disappointing. I mean, nice that they have their home set up for long term. Despite the complaints that one guy had that it was done without the approval of the board of the Stephen Druids. I don't know what their structure looks like and whether there's any accuracy or legitimacy to that. But
yeah, how's that Wrexham's fault?
See, and that's and frequency. I think that to Brendan's point, like the night frequency says, the mistake teams make sometimes is they sell their best players for the big transfer amounts, but then they don't replace the quality in the team. And I think that's because a lot of the teams that do the sale, and I'm not saying that this is Ipswich with respect to Broadhead. I don't put them in that category at all because they've got parachutes. But a lot of the teams are, as Brendan identified, need to have that capital. So for the owner to put it in his back pocket or her back pocket for a period of time tends to be more the norm, right? It doesn't get recycled for some time. Cooper says, I think Onkel should be started. Ward looked a tad shaky. I don't think I can put that on Ward. And that goal that went in from Price, do you think any championship level goalkeeper would have stopped that one? Brendan?
No.
Yeah, I don't. And I don't think that didn't see him shaky. They only had one shot on target, and I didn't notice him out of position. But I always welcome people with other opinions than me, because God knows I'm not going to get it perfect. 4 a.m. is always fun. The story of
where the guy took the shot from that distance, you barely have any time to move, and as wide open as he was. And the pass was decent, like to handle. I mean, there was too much set up for him to not score there. Yeah, you can't. I don't think you can think anything of the keeper.
As far as upcomings and stuff that's coming, the next week's going to be a fascinating one for me for one big reason is because DAZN, I don't believe, is going to end up broadcasting the game, and they certainly don't have it, and it's a 3 p.m. start. And so it should be iFollow. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I would love to see iFollow covering basically every championship game that they can, only because then I can cancel subscription or at least go to audio only for Mark Griffiths. I don't know if I would get reimbursed for that or not, but that's my hope. So Sheffield Wednesday coming up. Preston North End, I'll put it out in advance. I believe I'm actually in court that day. Wasn't expecting it, so scheduled in advance, and I may not get out of that. So Brendan, it could be you, could look at somebody else if they want to join. I wish I wanted to be there for that one just because of how pissy, and that's the only word I can use to describe it, how pissy Preston North End fans were. It's an interesting one. They've got this cute little lamb on their crest, and then in come the sheepshaggers. Is there a story about that one going to be? Genie shows up. It's been jumped on with the sponsorship. You can do that down below, like buttons down there. And then, I mean, we don't have the FA now, third round proper. Is it weird to have to wait that long? We're not playing in the first or second round. We're waiting all the way to the third round of the FA Cup before we get to jump back in on that one. And I just wanted to see if anybody else, I'm waiting for the replays to see if anybody else had a shout from the West Brom side about that our goal. No,
I hate hamstring pulls, by the way. Those are things that can always flare back up. Really get a guy not playing well.
No, they're just all blaming the defenders and telling Hollywood WC could touch themselves. I guess would be the polite way of putting how that was. Lots of criticism on the defense, but and somebody, yeah, you know what? Not offside because there was a defender. He was in front of the goalkeeper, and there was a defender over that put him onside near the far post. So that's the answer. I missed that defender on the far post on the replay, and that was because it was coming backwards the other way. So I've got no complaints. Perfect. I like to satisfy myself that who cares one way or the other one. I like to satisfy myself after I talk about. Yeah. Anyway, we'll leave that one alone. That the goal was deserved, even if I don't care. At the end of the day, Max tied for low rating on FOTMob, different from last year. Let's be honest. Max is still looking to figure it out. Do I think that he has the capacity? Yes. Do we need it desperately? Absolutely. And that's going to be a lot of faith. The window's closing here in a couple of weeks. If you're looking at it and you're seeing, man, we got a young Brunt and we've got a young Cleworth, and one of them doesn't look like he might be able to handle the gig. Do you start to look to replace? Are you confident Max is going to be able to hang in there?
I have more faith in Max, although I don't think he's looked very good. I think everyone else has been.
Brunt's looked solid.
Yeah, but up until that, I was most worried about Brunt. I've seen him on more than one occasion actually move his arm to block shots. Like he does it, not necessarily consciously, but you see him like throw his arms out, and I'm just waiting to get penalties from him is my fear. And I can say that because I don't jinx people like Sean does, but I think that you need a high quality guy that can fit in on either side, or at least in on the left side, so Brunt could go over to the right if there's something dinged up with Max. But right now, I think we're really weak in the back line. I don't feel comfortable when I see Scott or Connickman. So
Cooper saying he thought Cleworth looked better this game than against Southampton. Yeah, I can say that's certainly fair. And if there's improvement there, John saying that there's rumors that there's a potential of Fulmore coming in, 2 in the mids and 2 in the back line. We'll see how it goes. Look, and I'll give it to Dobson. He hasn't looked really good, but he hasn't looked bad. I thought he was potentially going to be a miss in the midfield, but he's put pressure on and gained some possessions and done his that dogged determination.
O'Brien's messed up a bunch today.
Yeah, and not only made the mistakes, but like his strongest asset and the thing that people were salivating over, and he did have in the first game against Southampton, is the way he runs sort of low and almost squatted sometimes. He's difficult to get the ball off of, and he's had a couple where that people have been able to stab it off of him in that first half. So I don't know. Another highlight, by the way, and a reason for those of you north of the border to want to join the Sheffield Wednesday game next week and the Preston North End one is Canadian strikers will feature in both of those. Ike Ugbo, who was with the US for a bit, and then he left them for Canada, and he's just sort of been on a downhill trajectory. He's 26, but he just has been struggling to find what his optimism was when he was young, that both the US and the Canadian national teams had a kick at. And Daniel Jebison, who was with Sheffield United and had injury problems, and there's questions whether they treated him properly. Young guy who's coming up in the ranks and has certainly found his game. Whether we see him from Preston North End in a cup game, don't know. But there's reasons to watch that one for those north of the border. The lads are out taking their steps before they go in. Nathan Broadhead, pretty nondescript as far as the first 10, 15 minutes, but I guess it's got to be hard and jump into a squad when you only had, one day maybe to train?
Yeah.
Did you see anything from him?
Other than he puts the ball on target, unlike most of the other players that seem to, go wide or high. I'd rather
the standard is so low with you.
That's why the bar is so low. Just how about when you're dead in front of the net, you keep the ball in front of the net, not anywhere but. Like, we just don't ever give ourselves a chance to score. Like, just put it on net. Damn it.
John saying what happened to the Dutch. I'm the wrong person to ask. It's Right now, work and life and balance and the Red Horde, it's just survival. For me, absolute madness. Wrexham towards the tech end, right to left on your computer screen. Man, those new red seats sure do pop in the player section, old player section at the top of the screen, don't they? Everything else a little worn down. We're underway, by the way. I'll get the time. Sorry, I didn't say we've started, so I'll have to give the reminder. My apologies. 45 minutes and 15 seconds right now. 45 minutes and 20 seconds as of right now. Headed down by Dobson, and it's going to be there for more to chase. And the last little burst there and he holds it in out of nowhere. Give it a shot with Brian Broadhead. Oh, you bugger!
All right,
right there. Give Kiefer.
I did that. That's me. I jinxed that.
Yeah.
That was all me.
Silly string. If you have whatever right there, opportunity space, and just misses on the left-hand side. But Kiefer Moore played a little rope-a-dope on that one. Just looks like he's going to let it casually run out. And then the last little second touch-on pass by O'Brien gets it to Broadhead. Shank. He got that too far back on his foot. That was towards the heel. Poop. That would have been something. Should have scored for sure. Should have been a goal. That was pretty so close. Hey, I'll take more of it if Broadhead's able to be that invisible guy who finds space in the box.
Yeah. I taunted the gods. My fault.
Are we going to have to start doing the fakes jinx again? Joshua Griffiths is the best goalkeeper in the championship. That can't be a foul. That was the worst flop I've seen in a long time. I'm going to go around you. I'm going to bump into you myself. Well, McLean literally just kind of standing there, and I'm going to go down like I got shot. What I'm wondering is why he would have taken that opportunity to flop, because I thought he had him beat on that side, because that was all fellows coordinating that one. West Brom corner coming off the deflection as that one was pushed forward from Fellows to Furlong, who was moving up from his right back position to take that one forward. Did that hit him back on the bounce back? No, it didn't. I knew it hit a deflection, but that was a double deflection off of us, and so it'll be a West Brom corner from the right-hand side. My audio's way ahead of my feed right now. Headed, put down. That's better. Was that follow, follow, follow that I heard being sung? Can somebody else who's listening to the feed, did you hear follow, follow, follow?
No.
Directions seem to follow, because there's nobody better than Stephen Fletcher. And I just missed the name. That sounded like what that chant was in the background. Unless I picked up a weird feed somewhere.
So what's the deal if a guy has a really good song and he was on another team and he comes to your team? Do you keep that song or do you have to?
Oh, I don't even know the code on that one. I think you've got to create a new one, don't you?
I have no idea. I mean, the English have some weird customs when it comes to things that bother them and things that they like. So I have no idea, especially with songs.
Huh. Well, almost 5 minutes in, we've had that opportunity. That's 2 big chances now that we've had. I still feel like we're all right. I still have the sense that we're mid-table with a potential playoff push. As Cleworth having to push on, Styles moves all the way forward, puts the brakes on. Cleworth doesn't stop. Have to read that as the option, Max, because you know he's not going to beat you on the left-hand side in the narrow. So why are you still running full pace when he puts the brakes on? Because you have to anticipate this, don't you? Because Cleworth with the reach, maybe he thought he could get a shot away. Wasn't Derby Coventry 2-0 earlier, and now it's 2-2? Norwich City laying the boots to Portsmouth 2-0. I didn't expect. And there's no W&G today.
There's only 2 other games, so I didn't put up the scoreboard to have 2 games going. So
did McLean with it, fellows watching him. McLean pulls it back to Brunt.
Plus, it's early. Like, do we really care who's ahead of who in the second game of the year? You know?
No, it's all just measuring sticks stuff now to try and figure out who's who and who might be better than they thought. As Cleworth bounces it off a body and it lands with Dobson. How soon in the relationship Parky will scream at players in the locker room? Oh, immediately, Cooper. I don't think he's gonna. He will build them up and he will rip the soul from them all at the same time. As there's a ball trying to find Moore over top, but too heavy, and it goes to Griffiths. Nothing there. The stadium is quiet for a 1-1 game in the 52nd minute.
50-50 possession. Maybe
just too nervous. Well done. Little flick. 2 players went for it. Run over. Now we've got a 4-on-2 break. Opportunities all over the place. Over to the right-hand side. Right foot. Blocked. Well done by Cody to get over there. And I think that's gone for a corner. You'll take that when you see the team. Matty, James, and Brunt go up forward. They knocked the ball loose, but they knocked each other down. And so it was just West Brom on the run. And really, that was a piss poor opportunity by, I don't even know who that was.
I can just picture Deandra saying, "Yay, Cody," because she says, "Yay, Cody," in there.
Left-footed in swinger, far post, dangerous, headed down. Danny Ward right there. Not much on the header, but Danny had to be in the right spot. We'll take it. Oh, come on. Brunt to McLean. Pushes it forward. Broadhead comes back in support. Dancing as Broadhead. Draws it back. Brunt stabs it forward. Broadhead's come all the way back to just get a little handle on the ball, and he's on his way forward as it's Cleworth now. 40 yards out. Barney. Nothing there. Closed off. You see how far back over to the sidelines the backs are coming? Like the backs are basically taking the line and forcing our wingers to cut to the middle, and neither McLean or Barney are happy doing that, and they just keep drawing it back. Of these moments.
That was the point I was making about I'm worried that we get, because we have more, we're like, okay, keep feeding the wings, keep feeding the wings. That's the only way we can progress. And if we become reliant on that, a team games you like this.
Yeah.
And then we're stagnant. So that's why I like you have to mix it up and change your form and put multiple ball handlers
or you just give Broadhead more touches of the ball in the middle of the pitch, right?
Yeah, but that's where I want to go with the Broadhead and Windass up front, guys that can do something with the ball.
Night Frequency says you can keep nicknames like Golden Balls, but you can't. But keeping the chance is a no-go. Jesus. Red and white army. I feel like I'm in Wickham. one of the other bigger surprises that I had was how hard it is to continue screaming at full voice for 12 minutes. I learned that by singing da, 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 Red and White Army for 12 minutes solid.
Yeah, the repetitiveness would be brutal.
Oh,
at least if it was a regular song, you can.
I felt horrible because I was like, I don't know how these Welshmen are able to do this for as long as they are.
You have to be properly greased up.
Trained, yeah. Or why not every single person I met from Wrexham sounds like a 1-900 operator with a raspy voice. Because they're just screaming every weekend. Brunt, lots of space, so he goes on a run, gains himself 35 yards before he gets it off to McLean with space on the left-hand side. Fellows is there, cross, bounces off of two people. Moore collects right in front, draws it over to Barney. 18 yards, 9 yards, looking for a cross. There's the cross, far post. Moore heads it down, tries to get it to O'Brien, can't get there, and it's lifted out. I will take that.
Moore's been getting mugged all game by that guy.
Game. Yeah.
Same defender takes him out every time.
Oh, no, sorry, Campbell, because it's backwards on my screen. Campbell and Phillips have swapped places. Red and White Army. Da, 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 da. Just for fun, if you haven't been to Wrexham, you're going to have to prep yourself. So just take yourself into the bathroom and try and scream Red and White Army da, 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 for 10 minutes solid and see how you do. And if it's not good enough, treat it like a marathon. You got to get into training. We should make a training video. How to prepare yourself for a trip to Wrexham. Da, 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 da. That's what it looks like. Prepare your voice. Number 2, be comfortable drinking some Wrexham lager. It's only 5:46 in the morning and I'm craving a beer. Broadhead, nice little dance around fellow, still going. We'll take that. He's showing off and draws it back and gets it to Brunt. This is exactly what happened in Wickham too. The Red and White Armies chant just pulling the club up, and it gets louder every time there's a good play. Gets back and it gets down to a little bit more muted and average. And then as soon as the ball starts to come forward, here it comes again. And now it'll just quiet down, and then they'll wait for another touch as Matty James tries the added stab, and here we go. Lots going on in this one. Furlong. Now it's back to the just, oh man. I've got something going on with the schnoz. Sorry, guys.
I know. I'm going to have to take the Paul Mullen chant out of the random chants loop.
Oh, and throw something else in? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have like for the flops and the chants, I just have a folder full of stuff, and it picks one randomly. So.
Brent asking if it's too early to have a beer. I don't know. I'm contemplating. Cleworth thrown in right-hand side. Moore not able to climb the ladder, and it's there for Broadhead to try and chase it down, but it's collected and it's pushed forward by Styles. He did Newport in 2023, a 2-0 win 2 seasons ago. Fellows gets a corner, bashing that off of McLean. We haven't had a lot of corners. 2, I think. What are the corners about? I'm guessing 4-2. Let me have a look at it. Corners. Well, it says 3-3. 4-3 now. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Reminders, we're getting late in the game. Keep the spoilers to yourself as this left footer, far post again, head in. Danny Ward gets up there. I think it would have gone off the woodwork, but he collects it and makes sure that we don't have to answer that question. Dobson. advances it down the line. Moore's come back and support down that left side. I don't know if I like that as the answer of how do you give yourself more space on the left-hand side. You overload it with players as McLean. Heavy first touch, but able to get it. Draws it back to Brunt, 35 yards out, and he's going to draw it back to Matty James. James, switch on, over to Cleworth. Lots of space. He's got Barney, who's over on the right-hand side. The crowd, the race course, trying to pull the boys forward. O'Brien, Dobson, back to O'Brien, too heavy, and it's going to roll. Oh, deflected. I don't like the fact that O'Brien threw his hands up to say nice pass without chasing that one down. Dobson, see, that's the effort that I want to see. Nice little tackle, but isn't able to maintain possession. James is up. There's a loose ball, and we are leaning on him right now. Cleworth punts it back forward. And a foul? Couldn't have been offside, was it? Dobson? Dobson would never foul anybody, would he?
60th minute. Who do you think will be the first sub?
Oh. What if I told you I don't really want anybody? Longman for Barnett?
Why? Just because you don't like Barney?
What has Barney done today? He's been shut down on the right-hand side because it's not to be critical of him. He's had no space, but you need to have somebody who's going to be able to crack in and cut towards the middle. Barney's not that guy. Barney is an exceptional passer who lives outside. And when it comes to, if you were to tell me you have somebody to make one cross into the box that's going to be a threat on your lineup, who you taking? I'm taking Barney. If you're talking to me and saying you want somebody who's going to end up busting somebody through the middle, as between those two, that's not Barney.
He's better than Barney's done that. He's taken the ball in his other foot and scored multiple goals. He's literally scored with his off foot by taking it to the middle.
He has, but it's not that he's not at the level of Longman. Palmer can't be a sub, and Jacob Mendy, I don't really want to see him come in. I mean, you're probably going to have to bring in Elliott Lee because you need to give the midfielders, I think, some relief. As West Brom moves it forward, Price plays a little catch and release with Styles, and there's into the box, and Cleworth, nice little stab away at least to clear it temporarily as it goes forward, and it's Matty James who's able to heel that one out of the way. Not heel, lift over his head.
Nice push by Moore. Look at it. Gets to go all the way back by himself.
Broadhead's now with the pressure. I don't know. TOC, questionable passing. EOC's, I don't think we need to pull Cody out. Jacob Mendy's not McLean. And so I'll take a Hardy or a Smith sub just because of exhaustion as O'Brien knocks that one out. It's going to be a corner. Well, DeAndre, you're not completely out of it, Brandon. And I'm not saying he's done poorly. I'm just saying they've got him covered. And so a different look late in is probably good. Well, that's just it. Lee for whom? Because you're not putting him in, I guess, Dobson. And then you have to slide over O'Brien to the right side of that triangle.
Moore has hit the ground a lot, right? Like
long ball, headed again, still loose, 2 yards out. Oh, that's a bad call by the ref, but we'll take it. That should have been a corner, but instead it goes for a goal kick. Am I wrong? But that looked like it was bashed off of our arm, not theirs. As that gets headed down, and here comes the bring back. Oh no, it was off of theirs. I'll take it. Never will I ever question a referee ever again.
He had a very good angle, by the way. He got into a great position to see that.
Thank you for defending me on that missed call by me. Ward pumps it down 65th
Well,
minute.
we had the wrong angle. We're coming from the opposite side, and the referee was on the
right there. Nice, well done. That's a plus for Cody as he gets it to Broadhead. Broadhead has Barney over on the right-hand side, gives it to him. Serve it up right away.
You almost talked Barney into putting it on his left foot and coming inside.
And what I wanted was an immediate cross with the space opportunity, but I don't think he had enough red jerseys. It would have been premature.
He also had two bodies sitting on it, on his foot. Yeah.
Only because he waited too long. Oh. I haven't seen anybody limbering up, but with the way the cameras are set up, we don't get to see people limber up anymore. Unless they show us specifically, as we've got O'Brien. The fans trying to pull him in. Brunt up for a run. 30 yards out, draws it over to McLean, left-hand side. He's going to take on his defender. Offside.
I was about ready to complain. I'm like, don't you have more than one camera angle? And they finally show one. The producer for these games is the like guy gets paid for next to nothing.
Anything you just said, I lost because I don't know why my earbud just kicked out. McLean, left foot, smash, and that'll be a corner. The crowd is in this one. How fun is it to be watching championship football? Like, at the end of the day, it's a better league. There's a lot more going on. There certainly is a hell of a lot more impressive stuff happening on the day-to-day. How are we looking, Will? We had horrible defensive coverage that allowed them to grab an early goal. And then we had O'Brien get the comeback, right-footed, in-swinger. Dangerous, headed! Just to the right-hand side is Cody. Free header from about 10 yards out, and not enough of the ball, and it went to the right.
Did you notice that Moore and Cody just talked to each other like, okay, let's run plan 2, pick. And they did, and he came right to the ball, hit him.
What Hagaba with the dive. Soft. What are the possession stats right now? Because it feels like we've turned the screw a little bit, but it's still 51-49, and we're still behind on the XG. They're ahead on total shots. They're ahead on total shots on target, but doesn't it feel the opposite? Right, J Real? We need you to prove it, sir. I do. The Baggies with possession, 35 yards out. The switch is going to be on. They're going to move it. God, I hate how funky their numbers are on the back of their kit. This is Grant. I know that much. Draws it over. Mullenby. Mowat. Furlong on the right-hand side. Gets it up to the speedster Fellows. That's not Fellows. That was Price. Extended possession, all in a non-threatening position until now. And Brent went up too early, and McLean, fortunately behind him, able to get it, and that's going to go out for a goal kick. There's your sub. Longman for Barney, and that's the second of the windows to 68th minute. I think this isn't because Barney had a bad game. This is by any stretch, not critical. He was there. I think that you're playing a team where the way they've been playing, it'll be interesting to see the adjustment, where the way they've been defending Barney and defending our lineup, you want somebody who's a little bit faster and a little bit more capable of carrying the ball into the space. And that, to me, is Mr. Longman.
I think he's faster, too? Wow.
Yes.
Do you live in Bizarro World?
No, he's faster than Barney is. Moore with it. Pushed forward. Broadhead trying to get there. Grabs it just in time. Curls around towards the end. Gets an extra opportunity. And McLean. Oh, and the keeper comes out. Griffiths. Well done by Broadhead. You see a little bit there with a couple of dances into the corner, but he's able to get a cross out of nothing. And we get that opportunity. Correct. One window left. At least I believe that to be true. I know that we get the... I don't think it's more than 3. 4 in the box. Crosses over. Shout for handball. Not given. Wrexham on the defense here. O'Brien bumps into his man. Khan. Malumbi. Pointing over to Fellows. Furlong. Fellows. All the way back. And they're going to recycle as West Brom. Yeah, it's interesting. Who do you bring them in for, though, is what I was stuck with when I looked at it. Yes, I'm comfortable bringing Smith or Hardy in, but Moore's had himself a hell of a game as we've got Fellows into the area. 18-yard box, left footer, blocked by Matty James. Well done to get his butt in front of that one on the backwards butt block. Just like you draw it up, right? Defense 101. Grant, this extended possession now gone on for a minute, 2 minutes, all sort of floating around within 25 yards of goal. Well done by McLean to get a stab on it. Do we get possession? We don't. Oh, we do. And well done. Opportunity as Dobson gets it up to Longman. Lots of space towards looking for the cross. There's Broadhead. Headed away. See, now I eat it because who do you want to have the cross in? I was like, this should be Barney who's making that pass. If you could take the best of Longman, open space, ability to cut, handle, comfortable with the ball at his feet, put it with Barney, maybe a little bit more dogged and his passing, you'd have like the super winger. Dobson, Broadhead, header, not enough on it. That's 2 headers that we've had this half. Sniffing around. Can't find the bone.
It's good service by Dobson.
That was gorgeous.
Yeah,
Broadhead just didn't get enough on it. To be fair, that was a bit of a weak attempt. Deandra beating the bot.
See, West Brom's XG went up and ours hasn't, and it feels like we've been the more threatening team.
Yeah, that's what I was, when I was looking, I was like, it just smells different to me. 1.03 to 0.79, but they're ahead on shots. They're ahead on shots on target. They didn't give us a big chance for Broadhead's opportunity to drug to the left-hand side of the post early on in this half. Like, I can understand Cody or even that attempt that Broadhead had, not counting, but seems a little odd to me. But I just got a spoiler. Left-hand side, shot scores. Too soft on the defense. I was watching FOTMob getting the stats and it came up with the score. Our back line deserves a bashing. 2-1. All that work, all that effort, all that pressure, and then the back line just lets you down. So watch the build-up. Griffiths through the middle of the pitch. Cody's there. It's just knocked down, so they turn it, and they've got it. Cody's trying to cover because Kluwer stepped forward and just pushed into the back of the net.
Cody spent too much time grabbing that guy, and then Max was stuck between two.
Also, give the goal scorer credit because that's a brilliant move because you know that Cody's there, that Brunt's got his cheat left to fill the gap where Cody was, and so he just goes where the gap was, gets the ball in return and has the space. I mean, if you're talking tactically and you're talking where players are, interesting. The broadcaster here putting it on the keeper. DeAndre's with me. That's 100% on the defense.
I mean, a Goncourt sometimes saves us from bullshit like that, but certainly not one that you'd expect.
No. John, are you saying that he should have come out more? I do have the toque. I have to rearrange because it's sitting right here. Break in case of emergency only. Oh. Man, how am I going to put all this stuff back on? Free kick coming. O'Brien standing over the ball. Difficult position because too far away to be an up and down and too close to the center to really be dangerous going to the far side. But he's going to go far post looking for Cleworth. Headed and just missed on the near side. Bugger. I'm going to have to go this way first. I'm going to keep the lineup on the screen rather than the scoreboard so I don't get another spoiler like that.
Well, you could also not tell us that you have a spoiler.
Yeah, I guess. I'm not used to the person who gets the spoiler and has to shut up. Danger's got the scarf, the bucket hat, and the toque all running. Sam Smith standing up. That's got to be for more, I'm guessing. Anybody miss Fletcher right now? Oh, update the score there, Brendan, if you haven't.
Do I have to?
Yeah, unfortunately we do. Matty James nicks one, gets it back to Brunt, goes to Cleworth, and we're going to try and break it down on the right-hand side. Up to Longman. I know we wish it was 1-1, but it's not. Took power. Let's go. Get her done. We haven't had a shot on target through this entire mess. Is that what they say? Really? Puts it down, cleared away. Opportunity there. Campbell, not the best to touch, gave away a corner. So this is one where you want to kind of push it. Being able to hear the away fans at full voice singing, "You're not singing anymore." I haven't heard that ever.
Just watch the West Brom guy untie his shoe, and look at the bench. How much more time do you guys want over there? How much time should I waste?
Smith coming in for somebody to go 4-3-3. Do you think?
Yeah, but the thing is this is don't you want your 6'5" guy in for the corner?
Well, I don't think he's coming in for more. I think he's going to come in for Dobson, and then they'll go to a 4-3-3.
Oh, I thought earlier you said Smith for more. That's why I
no, that's I was, but as I'm thinking about it, I don't want more to come out either. And so
I didn't think he would. That I was just going off of what I
right footer. Far post, gorgeous, and it's headed away. I'm going to get a corner on the other side. That was off of Moore. I thought that was off of Campbell.
No.
Exactly.
They just wait for him to jump, and then they push him.
Okay, so I thought Dobson, but it said it's going to be Matty James for Sam Smith. 3 forward.
Yeah, he just changed the whole setup.
3-4-3.
Yeah, they wait for Moore to jump, and then they just move him in the air. They undercut him.
Underway with the restart, and it's pushed down the right-hand side. Right footer. Yeah, too many far people back sitting within the 6-yard box, and they just push it 10 yards out. There's a guy right there. Fortunately, doesn't get to it. His Broadhead has it, steals it, loses control. Minus on Broadhead, next to Broadhead on the possession meter. Attack mode enabled. Wow. Danced around Brunt. Cut back. Oh, a little too heavy. And then the opportunity on the left-hand side. They're just swarming all over the box right now. This is what you want to do with the lead.
They got 3 guys right there.
Jealous, delicious, and 3-1.
They had 3 guys standing there.
Our back line ain't at the level. Our back line ain't at the level. Wow. Like that was just, we're going to go offensive. We're going to bring in people, and then thought that they were going to sit back. And this is what you should be doing with the lead, by the way. That's the previous one. That's the previous opportunity that didn't go over. And then they maintain possession, work it over into the right-hand side. It's just looped in. And Price and Fellows have absolutely obliterated us. Brent, I haven't lost audio. Yeah, absolutely obliterated us. And why is Cleworth so far away from the line on a cross from 8 yards out? Well, it makes the matchup against Wednesday very, very interesting, because if we don't get 2 points at home against Sheffield Wednesday, a team that's not bringing in any players because they can't and struggling, we're going to have to really adjust whether this is just a hold on and not get relegated year.
Way too early to overblow.
We're not the level. We're not the level. It's not the 2-1 score against Southampton and the 3-1 score. The whole City game, we eked that out with a bit of magic, but we didn't. I don't think we deserved the win on that one. I think we were outplayed, but we found it. And here, now this is Parkey with more control on the team, longer time to be able to build what he wants, has the opportunity to put everybody. We've got the personnel, but our back line. Danny Ward's lost his job today. It's Ogonko now next week against Wednesday. But our back line ain't at the level.
I'm trying to figure out, is Max getting beat? Like today, more than any other time, they've seemed all out of place. And I'm wondering if they're being directed. Like is Cody yelling, okay, back, and they're pulling back further than they would typically. Do you know what I mean? Like, is there a communication problem or something? Because they seem to be dropping and collapsing too much. Cleworth should have been out on that, and he wasn't. He was so late to get out there. The cross was easy. He was out of position in the sense that he wasn't out far enough away to the right to be able to defend. That's what I was saying.
And he was also too far away from the goal line. Like, how does the defender end up 2 yards the opposite end of the attack of the threat when it's a cutback pass that ends up coming over?
Yeah, their positioning's way off. But is that a communication thing with Cody? What is it?
That I don't know, because what's surprising to me is the one thing that always gave me comfort with Cleworth and why I thought he's going to be able to hang in this level is that he's had that defensive awareness, that radar, that understanding of where everybody is on the pitch, and he's just always in the right damn place.
Did he have that, or was it EOC constantly screaming at him? Because
maybe
that's what EOC was
doing.
Maybe
it was EOC who was screaming at him, but Scar or EOC had it, I think, equally for both of them in the center back. So maybe it is a Cody thing. I don't think it is, though, because in that situation that just happened where the goal came in, there's nothing Cody can communicate to him that's going to get him into the right spot. He's got to be able to recognize that. And that's got to be on him.
If he's being told, though, to collapse, is what I'm saying. Like, is he being given direction that's getting him into bad spot?
But it wasn't. It can't be, because he was too far away from the goal line and not enough to go. Like, I could see collapse towards the goal, but he was too far away. He was on the opposite end of the defender.
I'm just trying to come up with some reason why.
I don't have a reason, and that's the concerning part. Because if you don't have a reason, you have to say not at the level.
Well, the thing is it's easy when someone, when it's one-on-one and then you get toasted, then you're like, okay, he can't handle it. But when it's positioning, and they just got a brand new, center defender who's directing them, that's all.
McLean searching, nothing in that one, getting it over to Moore. Oh, they're singing God Save the Queen.
How is it that there's a guy without a shirt on? Do they not even put them on? They wear the warm-ups?
Isaac Price. Gotta give it to the kid. Fucker me. Somebody else with more insight than I do, feel free to chime in with your thoughts. I mean, you watch that back on the replay and I just don't get it. Positively, we're going to lose some games. We knew this was going to happen. We have time to improve. The season's not over, but like I said at the start, the interesting thing about this is if you're looking at potentially being a playoff team, West Brom, who doesn't get parachute payments, but still makes moves, is one of those teams that's going to be in that 5th through 11th positioning. This is a team that is a measuring stick for where we think our best output is going to be. And as a measuring stick at home against a team that we think we will be competitive with, we weren't. And I'm not saying offensively, I know there's some criticism. We haven't got any shots on goal, but we've been in and around the box. We've had opportunities. Cody had that header. Kluworth had the header. Broadhead had that opportunity early on, which he scores there. It completely changes the dynamic of the game. But our back line's just not in it. Like you look at how defensively with Moore, they've been chinsing away at him and shutting him down and making life difficult. We haven't made any part of the match difficult for their forwards. Not a single bit. And so we failed the measuring stick. You got to eat that. 2 weeks left in the window, or you hope that Parkey is going to be able to figure out what's going on with, and to be fair, it's the second game in a row that surprisingly, it's Max. To me. And I'm happy to let's be fair. You get me 21st place. The season's a success in my eyes. But maybe I was too optimistic. But then at the same time, you always end up finding that there is a team that ends up finding it and going on a run towards the end of the season. We certainly have the personnel to do that sort of run. I mean, it is a big changeover with personnel here.
I'm not all that concerned. We've had Broadhead.
Look at you be the optimist.
We've had Broadhead for a day and a half. You had an injured Moore, who's probably practiced with the team twice in total, right? And you have Smith banged up. We have 4 other guys really banged up. I mean, we haven't had this group together enough to practice, and it's 2 teams that are supposed to be in the top 10. We just started out.
I love this games. I love this glass half full, glass empty sort of thing. Bryn goes, they've added, to your point, Bryn agrees, they've added the ingredients. Now be patient, let the cake bake. And then Stephen Reed comes back and says, Hull City, who should have beat us, is a bottom of the table club. So it's
yeah. Wait a minute. Are we counting? We use our second 11 as a barometer for how good this team's going to be.
Ain't it fun when you're struggling too?
We swapped out 11 guys. We're going to compare the whole game.
10 out of 11. Didn't one starter? Barney stayed in, didn't he?
Barney didn't start. Longman started the first game. Didn't he?
Oh.
Southampton didn't. Longman started. Barney came in.
Yeah, okay. So it was a full 11.
They swapped all 11. That was a pretty good chance.
Who's the man of the match in this mess? I don't even know who the nominees are.
I don't know that we had any. I mean, look, someone's going to have to get about 10 ice packs for more. He keeps getting dumped.
Sorry, I just bumped my thing off because I just realized I wasn't logged in and I couldn't do a poll. And so it's kicked me out. 92 minutes. No one stands out to me. Dobson, man of the match. I'll put him in for a vote. If you have somebody you want to vote for, throw it in. So Dobson's got 1 nomination.
I'd go Moore.
Moore, will put him in there. O'Brien, James? When you don't know, throw in 4 and you guys can all figure that one out. Kim, I was chatting about you early and I didn't see that you were in, but it's nice to see you. And I'm sorry if I missed you. All is not lost.
We made it to extra time. This is where all the scoring happens.
Started the season blips before to that time too. Right. Yeah, we waited until we're going to score 2 in 30 seconds. We've had blips before and slow starts and all that sort of stuff. The challenge for me and the part that where I'm concerned with is we looked like we were in it. And Southampton, they probably deserved that result. It could have been 4-1 either side. There were certainly chances everywhere, but that was a result they deserved. This is a result that's deserved. And we have Swiss cheese defense in a league where our offense isn't going to be able to pull it out. If you remember back in, was it League 2 where the defense was really, really, really poor to start the year, and then by the end of it, it was the best in the league. Broadhead scores! Late goal, Sam Smith. Long ball, long. Broadhead had the opportunity. Smith's able to pull it away, and we draw in closer. But really, probably too little, too late. But it's still a positive to take away as we throw everybody forward. And Smith, that was Broadhead as the decoy, pulls the defender towards him, and it's left wide open for Smith to bump it back. West Brom just got lazy in a 3-1. We'll take it. Hey, I don't have a problem with the offense coming back with 2 seconds to go. And then we got a flop before we even get restarted. And Smith gets a yellow, and Malumbi smiles at him. Okay, Smith gave it to him. Fair enough. Smith deserves it.
He was taking his shirt off him.
Don't make me naked in public. And now it's whistle down, probably coming. Quickly. There it is. Whistle blows. That's the end of it. 3-2 loss. Yeah, don't think we can. Well, isn't that fascinating? I think I've said everything that I wanted to say, didn't I? More ahead on the on things. Look, obviously we've got 2 people who are on diametric opposite ends of the scale. You have that collection of fans, like Brendan, like Bryn, who say we're 2 games in, the season's barely underway. Lots of changes to the lineup. Moore been injured, not able to play. Broadhead just shows up. Give him some patience, and we're all going to be all right here. We'll figure this out. And then there's others, and I think I'm more in that camp that says, sure, that's all fine and dandy, but our back line is shite. and I think that the problems that I see on the back line are ones with respect to positioning and not finding players and just vacancies. And I don't know if that's correctable in the immediate. I think that's just inability, not just strategy or bad day. But Santiago probably in the middle of the pile. Let's just pick ourselves up and have another flyer. And so that's what we will do. Practice, and a slew of injuries. I'm not panicking. So John's on the good camp. Maybe that should be the poll is where do you sit? Where do you sit? Well, and that, Sam, doesn't that make next weekend interesting? Sheffield Wednesday, who's probably earmarked by everybody to be 24th. Does anybody not have Sheffield or I should say Sheffield Wednesday, not in the relegation zone? And so if you end up losing that one at home, I won't be hitting the panic button at that point, but I'll be staring at it wondering what the hell. No, I think, Deandra, if you're happy to take it, it's all you on the 7th, you and Brendan, assuming nobody else wants it, but by all means, we can chat about that. And if you can't do it as much frequently as you want, I'm happy to chat about that. I don't, and we can see if I or others can pick it up. You tell me what your preference is, because we love having you. I love having you. I love watching you, and occasionally joining. So, I guess the question is the second goal, do you put that on Ward or do you put that on Cleworth? Do you put it on both? Do you think Ogonko could have saved? I think he's more likely. He's a better shot stopper than Ward. But Ward, you'd like to think, communicates better. Man, does our back line get weaker without Ward there to communicate? Because if that's the case, cool. Put yourself in the owner's position. You give Parkey a blank check to get the players he wants. He needs to go get wins and faster. I'll be let go. I don't see that happening, Stephen, because I think that the immediately fire the gaffer. The football goes through managers way, way, way faster than we do in North America. And I think Ryan and Rob are probably comfortable with he's gone back to back to back. They're going to give him the season. I'm certain of it. I mean, unless we are so far crushed by February that we're sitting in 24th and we're 12 points out. But I just can't see him turning on Parky. John's of the same view. Let's not panic. Santiago, the voice of reason today. Thank you, Horde. See you next game. Randy's like me. That's on the defense. Ward can't give up the inside. Small mistakes lead to goals. And I'm with you. And I think Brandon said that earlier. As far as Ogonko would have had more likely would have had the capacity to stop that, or the history of making those sorts of stops. I don't know what to do. Yeah, so Steven replicating. So we all have what's fascinating is you see this, and the immediate visceral response from everybody seems to be the same thing, right? We're going to talk Parky. No, he's fine, I think, is the general consensus. That's the big question: is do you ever go to that 4-3-1-2? I can't see Parky ever changing his formation, but when you look at the personnel he's brought in to date, it just screams for that, doesn't it? Winda sitting in that one spot with Moore, Smith up front. I mean, it just seems to be the right thing, but I just can't see him ever changing that. Get the Wrexham fans off their bums much over there. Go ahead, Brendan.
No, I was going to say, I was trying to figure out how you pull it off. Like, say they go out and get another really good central defender, right? And you move Cleworth and Brunt further out, and you do a back line of 4. Where do you go? Because it looks like they're setting up for a more with Windass and Broadhead playing off of that, right? So if that's what he's going for up the front, and you realize Max and Brunt can't handle being the main guys in a back 3, but they couldn't afford.
Yeah.
Then what are you doing with your wing backs? And
well, you got a plethora of them, right? That's the issue.
You have wing backs now in a system that's less than ideal for wing backs. And what do you do? Like, our midfields, we don't really have the players for that. I don't know. It gets interesting.
I hope that's the takeaway too. And I'm with you. Unless you're going to convert wing backs into playing on the outside of a 4-4, what it was, a 4-3-1.
Well, but you'd have O'Brien and 2 wing backs. Is that what you're doing? Like O'Brien.
Well, then you don't have any midfielders. that's the fun part. But yeah,
you go 4 in the back. You bring in someone new for defense, right? You go 4 in the back. You do 2 wing backs in O'Brien, and then you're doing Broadhead, Windass with Moore ahead of him. Like that's your 10.
Yeah, it's lose Cody. I think it's far too. And I don't put any of the. I mean, he's at 5.8, but I don't put the blame on Cody on the coverage on this one. On the last one, you can put fault. Majority of the fault for the goal in Southampton was Longman getting beat to the ball on the left-hand side and not getting back defensively. But either one of Cody or Brunt needed to be back stick. Probably more so Brunt, maybe. But we just need 4 new players and we win the MLS. We also don't know where Thomason fits into this because of injury, right? Kakache has a knock, and so is 50-50. He'll be back next week. We're also missing Rathbone, who was our player of the season last year. So the injuries inform this whole process.
You finally talking yourself off the cliff?
Oh, I'm happy to talk myself off the cliff, but the problem still remains, and it's the one. Well, it's not the biggest. If you would have told me at the start of the year that 3 games in, and 2 games in, I guess, as far as his ability to play, that the biggest question mark that I would have had is whether Cleworth can hang at the level, I would have thought there's no effing way. There's no way. But that's where I'm at.
I'm not. So I expected to lose to Sunderland. I thought there's a good chance we lose to West Brom if we weren't, if the team didn't have time to gel. Norwich is another one you could definitely lose to, right? Like there's a bunch of games in our first 5 or 6. I thought we had one of the more difficult starts schedule wise to anybody. So, you're getting your guys in late and then having a bunch of injuries and trying to settle stuff. I mean, and it was already going to be tough. So, yeah, I'm not worried.
People are starting to sign off, and so Bryn, George, thanks so much for being here as always. The comment from Woody certainly apropos. I mean, he scores on that sitter, and I think the dynamic of the game certainly changes, right? Whether we would have come up with the win or we'd be able to draw, who knows? But he missed on that one, and what was interesting about it was he missed it got it with his back heel, and so because he got it with the heel, it shimmies off to the left-hand side. It's funny. Well, I have my Discord popping up with comments as well. Not our Discord channel, but a whole bunch of other Wrexham ones that I'm a part of. And it's the same debate. The same debate is going on. Some people who are talking about being eerily calm, and so we'll be fine. So what I think I'm going to do is probably sign off on this one. Enjoy watching DAZN and some other matches that are out there. And Broadhead miss wasn't quite a sitter. Was bouncing his feet. He could have scored. Yeah, I think you just sort of expect it when you pay somebody for 10 million quid that they're going to be able to find that bouncing ball. It wasn't that far out of shape, I think, that he couldn't have got to it, at least with the right part of his foot. He shouldn't be the focus. He'll be fine. But it does change the dynamic. And I was only using to serve it to the point that in neither of the losses have we been completely out of it, right? We're certainly in it. But we have one massive deficiency to look at. I think anybody else think that Ward doesn't lose his job for next week? Silence.
I don't know. I was a little surprised that he started. So the fact that the year. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know how Parky's making his decisions. So who knows?
Yeah, no, I think Ward gets pressed in North End and in EFL Cup round 2, and Ogonkwo slides back in. Enough sour milk. What was that one? I missed the rest of the comment. Enough sour milk. Have a good day, peeps. Thanks, Dave, for showing up and for the donation earlier, and thanks to Jason for his donation. We should probably wrap it up now. No need to go into the stats. No need to look at the table. You guys have yourself a wonderful day. We're back here next week. It is Sheffield Wednesday's the next one, right? And then we'll do 2 the following week after that, and then the women start to join in. It's all happening. It's all picking up. We're here all season long. And so thanks, guys. Brendan, any final thoughts before we sign off?
Nope, it's going to get better.
All right. It's going to be better. It can't get worse. Much love and happiness. Have yourselves a good one. Thanks for being with us. We're here every week. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.